Trinity, on your segment, seems like you had a little bit of something to say about truck drivers. So let's go ahead and take a look at that clip. Okay, let's start over here. Why did we end up popping Tony's?
That was kind of boring. It wasn't nothing like more.
Wait,
Just
what was
like I
boring?
just drive trucks.
I mean, you asked what I do. That's what I do.
Okay. So did you want to elaborate a little bit on what you meant by that?
He didn't sell himself. I had options, many options that didn't pop their balloon, and he didn't sell himself. He was just a truck driver, and that's it. So it was kind of boring. The response was boring. The occupation for me and my lifestyle, boring. It was never a question of if I knew how much truck drivers make, because I don't really care. This is a partnership. I'm a creative. The first thing I said when I came on, I like all things that put me into my creativity. How creative can you be just driving the route? Doesn't seem like you're
But does
creative.
what he does change the possibility that he could still be
We're
a
building
creative?
a life together. This is a partnership.
Right.
So if you feel like you're most valuable driving the truck,
That you would find to be suitable for you.
I like things that are artistic and not even just artistic.
An example of the job, like an example of a job.
It's not really, the job is not the problem. The person was the problem. So
You see how she's backtracking? He's basically trying to dissect exactly what she wants, far as her wanting a creative. And as he begins to dissect her, you see how she starts to backtrack and say the job is not the problem. But originally she stated that she doesn't want someone with a boring job. She said that someone that's a truck driver, that's boring and it doesn't fit her into a creative lifestyle. So now he's trying to see exactly where her head is at, and she's backtracking. So he sees through her. But let's continue.
a truck driver would not be a problem if he was a truck driver that had the mindset of an entrepreneur.
But you don't know the mindset. You're just meeting him. This is the first question
All I
you're
know,
asking
are you
him.
gay?
Exactly. You don't know his mindset. You don't know who he is. You're just meeting him. You asked him a direct question. What does he do? And he said, I'm a truck driver. You know, he didn't tell you that the truck was 18 wheelers. He didn't say he drive cross country. Like, he didn't state anything of that nature. You asked him a direct question and he gave you a direct answer. But let's continue.
Me as you drive trucks. That's all I know.
But
Nope.
that was the answer to the question.
That's all you. Okay, so there were other men up there. Many men gave different answers, but what they do, and they sold themselves a little bit more. You were up there to sell yourself.
Right.
You did not sell yourself as well as the other men. Somebody had to go.
So what would be a suitable answer? Like, what's an example?
No,
ain't
there's no
got one.
suitable answer. The truth is the suitable
got
answer.
one.
I'm
Right.
picking through my options, and from the options, just the truck driver and nothing else, not the pig.
So you wanted him to be like, I'm a truck driver and I do this. Is that what, like, you were kind of looking
No,
for?
I just expected
or-
the truth, and the truth was just not the truth that was compatible with me.
She doesn't even have a reason to validate what she's saying. She's not giving any type of clarity. He clearly stated, give me a job that represents a creative. She still can't give it. And this is the thing about a lot of women these days. A lot of women really don't know what they want. I believe they're really oblivious in this dating world. I seriously believe that, because if they were on point and they was focused on what they want, they would look at that person for who they are and try to understand that type of man. And, you know, what does he come with on a more, personality level? But let's continue.
Can I ask you a question? How old are you?
I'm 23.
I figured.
there we
Boring.
go.
There we go.
It's boring.
Hear me out.
I'm 23.
Hear me out. At this big age of 31, not 50, I just want to clear that out. Things change when you get a lot older. I ain't gonna hold you. You got me tighter than the booty hole up here. Because do you know how many good men are truck drivers?
Yeah.
to hear you say that,
There's nothing wrong with a good man being a truck driver. It's just that of my options that I had to pick from, the one that I was attracted to the least was the one that just said truck driver and gave no context description or nothing else.
And I feel like she has the right to say that.
but hear me out though, respectfully, I could see why men be frustrated because I'm ready to pull my hair out because you did not give a concise answer.
Let me just backtrack a little bit. This is an episode basically where, you know, Arlette, she brought everybody back. You get what I'm saying? That came from season 1. And she's doing like pretty much a recap of everybody and their interactions with each other, allowing them to, you know, go more in depth to what happened and why they choose to say the things that they said or why they popped the balloon on certain people. But let's continue.
They asked you 15 million times, can you give me an example of a job? And you answered it every butcher way but the question.
There's no ideal specific job. It's the person. Your job can change at any moment. And the person that gave the answer, so you couldn't even give me creativity in your answer.
Men, she does not speak for all women. I think with time and age and maturity, because that's how the older people say mature, she'll get it. But at this big age, if you gonna miss out on a good man because he drives a truck, and then respectfully, men are very direct. So if you want a question to be asked, or if you want a specific answer, then you need to frame your question that way.
If you want to get picked, sell yourself a little bit better.
No, I understand. I'm not a man, but just from what I've experienced with men, and y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, y'all are very direct. So if you want a certain answer, you need to ask it a certain way. And when you say something as vague as that, you're not going to reap the response that you're wanting. I will say you are doing yourself a disservice, and you could potentially be missing out on a whole bunch of men because he could be a creative and the man could have 2 cents to his name. He could be a truck driver and have about $50,000 in the bank. So I would just say I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt because you still are young and you have a lot of
So the cash
to do.
determines the value of the man?
No, but as it relates to occupation, that's what you're implying. That I want a man who could be an entrepreneur. Entrepreneur implies that he has a certain amount of capital.
Mindset than
Hear me out.
mindset.
Hear me out, though.
I feel
think-
like we've been hearing you out, and on her end,
Here comes the woman in the red saving the day. It's crazy how a lot of women will try to, you know, validate what another woman is saying, jump on their bandwagon just to make them seem right. It doesn't matter what it is. Most women never want to take accountability for nothing. She's sitting here trying to save this woman. She know what this woman is saying is wild. And she know that this woman doesn't have a clear cut, you know, explanation to what she wants. She keeps backtracking. She's stating that she wants a creative. She can't give an explanation to what a creative person is and that type of job that has an occupation in a creative form. And now she's saying it's not the job, it's the person. Now she's saying he didn't sell herself. She's just all over the place. You get what I'm saying? And now you have this woman here in the red that's trying to pull her out of the mud because the other lady in the black dress is basically, you know, calling her out on her bull. They will always have these little Charlie angels behind them ready to save the day. It don't matter if they saying anything right or wrong. They can be blatantly wrong in every aspect. They will always have women around that's willing to validate it. And this is Exhibit A, but let's continue.
as a 23-year-old, if that doesn't comply with what she wants to engage with, and maybe she might not feel engaged with somebody who's older or who's doing that, then she has the right to just say, hey, that just was a little bit too boring for me.
And you sat here
23-year-old.
earlier and said that everyone deserves to have their own preference, and I prefer a man that I can partner with as a creative and create the life that we're going to create and build together.
Wow. She gave me a brain sore. She really did. Everything that she said was just like a big giant word salad and had no meaning to it, man. And I understand why a lot of guys seriously get a headache out here, man. If you're married, be happy. If you're in a relationship, be happy. Do not jump into this dating world because you don't have a lot of options as a man. You got these women with transactional mindsets. You got women that don't know what they want. They don't even know what direction that they're going in. And then you got women that's calling guys that's truck drivers boring. She just used that to try to really emasculate him and, you know, put him down and and pretty much degrade what he does in front of everybody. That's what she really wanted to do. Cause she never gave an example of what a creative is in a certain occupation. We waiting. I'm still waiting. I haven't heard it. I mean, do I need to back the video up or something? Like, do we have to do that? Because I haven't heard it yet. But that's good that, you know, the guy with the glasses, I forgot his name, and the lady in the black dress called her out on her mess and her BS, because that's exactly what it was. But I would like to know what y'all feel about this video in the comment section below. Like, share, and subscribe. Peace.